The world has spent years training and arming Somalian forces to fight Africa's most sophisticated terrorist organization. But on February 8th, a failed election could mean that backfires and ends up ripping Somalia's own government apart. Here's the situation. Somalia has been locked in a series of civil wars since 1992, and organizing a national election during a war is a challenge. The opposition has accused the president of rigging the elections, and he's been unable to stem the violence of Shabaab, a group that carried out the sixth deadliest act of terrorism in modern history, killing 587 people. The idea that Somalis wouldn't agree on a legitimate leader would be disastrous. The US alone has poured billions into helping the government fend off Shabaab, at least enough to hold the elections. But the al-Qaeda-backed terrorists are resurgent, estimated to be up to 10,000 fighters, and still able to carry out deadly attacks in the capital and hold huge parts of the country. And the nations helping in the fight are losing their patience. The US just withdrew most of its forces from the ground, and the African Union soldiers are also planning a drawdown. So it couldn't be better timing for Shabaab. We're here in an undisclosed location in Mogadishu, and we're about to meet a man who says he was a former Al-Shabaab intelligence officer, and we're hoping to find out how Al-Shabaab has received the news that US troops have withdrawn from the country. How often are you in contact with people that are still inside Al-Shabaab?
shaqadaydu waa la sameeyaa waa xawan ka raadiyaa dadaan lacag siiyo oo resource ii shaqeeyo waa jiraan.
What have the conversations been like since the Americans left?
Walaa sheekada u badan aan ka helno waxaa waaye inay isku bishaareynayaan, ay faraxsan yihiin, ay leeyihiin guushii aragnimo gaarnay, markaas inay baxaan ay guusheen waana baxeen. Hadda wixii ka dambeeya marka waxaan isfara saaraynaa waa amisom oo rabta inay xerooyinkooda iska degnaato, aqtada iska marno, iyo qoladan dowladda aan saa u dhiig bixi karna aan u dhiig bixino. Marka waa aad ugu faraxsan yihiin, waxyaaba isugu hambalyeynayaan ka mid tahay.
In the 2 weeks we've been in Somalia, there have been so many assassinations and bombings that it's been hard to keep track. This week, Al-Shabaab set off a suicide bomb outside the Hotel Afrique, a popular meeting place for opposition leaders. Gunmen then stormed the complex, killing at least 5 civilians, including a former military general. If President Farmajo stays in office after a disputed election, or if he stays in power after delaying the election again, the only thing that we'll know for sure is that civilians will pay for his failure to hold a fair vote.